So what's it like living in a small mallee town? Well, Quambatook in Victoria is pretty typical. It's just south of Kerrang, northwest of Boort in Victoria. It's a town with a bit of history, and we'll go for a walk down the main street and you can have a look and see what it is like. Beautiful old post office building, which recently sold, and I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. But it is, again, you know, residents attached to that upstairs, 4 or 5 bedrooms. Quite a good place. In the background there, you can see the silos. Now, Quambatook holds what they call the Quambatook Silo Cinemas, and they about half a dozen times a year they actually use the silos to project movies onto, and everybody comes, brings their deck chairs, sits out the front there, and generally they watch Australian movies. 400 to 500 people turn up. It's a great night. This is your historical centre, and smack bang in the middle of it, the old Quambatook jail, which would have been, it still is a one-man police station, but that's exactly what they had in the backyard to take care of people that were playing up overnight. Often it was the wife's job to feed them. Quambatook is the birthplace of John Willimason, and it is also, was for a period, home to Molly Meldrum. It's got a bit of history. It's amazing to think that those two have come from a place like Quambatook, but you've got to remember they were busier back in the day. It's a very nice little house, Rose Cottage. This is a B&B actually. You can lease it. Inside it's very nice. We're coming up to the Country Fire Authority building. Now in Victoria, Australia, the Country Fire Authority is a volunteer organisation. They're fighting big fires all over Australia at the moment, and they are very much a hub for the community. It really is a community service that they provide, and the work they do is incredible. So that's your typical CFA building. You come into your agricultural supplies area. This is a big cropping district around here, so machinery needs to be maintained, sold and taken care of, and this is the sort of place where that happens. Across the road we get back into the more of the shopping centre, if you like. Beautiful peppercorns down the main street. Nice bit of greenery. Quambatook's actually on the Avoca River, and the town, the community is pushing to get a weir, or well, to have the weir and the town pool remain full, so that they've got water for recreational purposes. And they're doing a good job of that at the moment. It looks like that's going to happen because it changes the way you live in the town completely. The fact that you've got a weir pool that you can boat on, that you can fish on, and for recreational purposes is a great thing for Quambatook. And this is the Quambatook District Share Shop, a little co-op of volunteers. They get together, local knickknacks, bric-a-bracs, great place to pick up all your old furniture, all those hard to find things that come out of farms and have been there for some time. Quambatook's got the What's on Warricar here. They've got it here for about a month. There it is. I'll tell you more about that in another video. But that's a community initiative put out by the Progress Associations to promote events in the Gunnawara Shire. It's been very successful. You can use that car, you can borrow it anytime you like. All you do is post on Facebook your adventure and pay the petrol. It's been everywhere. It's been to Canberra. It's taken the irrigator's message to Canberra recently. It's done about 40,000 Ks in 10 months, and has been very well received. It's a great promotion. Some more industrial sort of buildings. Stock agents are a big part of all country towns. We've got Rodwells, which are stock agents and wool brokers. Looks like they're operating out of what used to be a a service station. The old pump sites are in the middle there, and the drive-throughs there. Here we've got another commercial type building that's in disrepair. It's in private hands. It's a shame, because it really is a focal point of the town and it should be done up, and the owner ought to get up and do something about that. You can't leave that lying around in the middle of a town. They're all fixable. And so right next door is another commercial type property that's been converted into a residence. The gardens always tend to reflect that we're in a dry climate, but neat and tidy, nice little place. And then still the main shop in town. I'll step out so you can see it. 1926 it was established, the Quambatook store. Still running. The old post office boxes are still sitting in the front of the building there. Still got, I'll tell you what, those blinds that have a bit of age to them. And we'll just go and we'll step in and have a little, get a bit closer so you can see what's in the window. The LED light work up the top of the building is sensational. The display area is nice. Typically, the ceramic tiles on the facade. This shop is a supermarket, come toy shop, come everything. So still active. And we move down to what is now an operating takeaway store. A couple of truckies stopped for a bit of a chat. Load of hay on its way somewhere. And of course across the road, the Quambatook Hotel, with a courtesy bus by the look of it to take patrons to and from. Quamby's also got a great little caravan park, and there's a few accommodation options here in Quambatook, and it is a great place just to come, particularly if you don't know what it's like living in a little country town. You can come here, let your kids go ride on their push bikes and off they go. They're safe as houses. It's a great little community, and there is plenty to see and do if you use this as a base for your travels. So that's Quambatook.